Making myself better. In hockey, if you don't learn anything anytime you're playing hockey, you're doing it wrong. Even when you're playing knee hockey, you can become a better hockey player, whether it's angles or anything else. Getting better is something you do by yourself, but a lot of the time you'll need someone to help you up on the way.
Chile has many foods, but the most common is cazuela, which is chicken, corn, potato, and squash cooked in broth. If you go to Chile, I recommend you have it. Another common food is empanadas, which are meat-filled pastries. They are very easy to find and very delicious. On rainy days, many Chileans like sopaipillas, which are fried squash. Sundays, they have many fresh fruits as they grow many fruits in Chile.
Why do I play hockey? I play hockey because it's a fast game. It's really fun. It keeps you in shape, and it kind of gets your mind off things while you're doing it, and you get to be part of a team.
The athletics. Football and baseball are the main sports at TCU. Other sports are horseback riding, volleyball, boys and girls basketball, boys and girls golf, and many more. TCU does not have sports like hockey.
My dog's name is Dixie. She's 9-year-old Spanish Spaniel. Dixie's very playful and loves to go on walks, go hunting with my dad, and go to the park. Dixie can do many tricks like roll over, play dead, high five, and shake. English Springer Spaniels are gentle, friendly, sociable dogs that make great companions for children. The Springer is also intelligent, skillful, willing, obedient, and a quick learner. Springer Spaniels are great for almost anything, really, but what they are greatest at is hunting or being a show dog because of their fine coat.
So, my dancing. I've been dancing since I was 2. I started in a class called Mommy and Me. This will be my 11th year dancing at King William Carroll's, or also called KMC. I dance 3 times a week, not year. Monday, I have lyrical. Thursday is like a group practice called show unit, and then Saturday is point and technique.
South Africa. When we were in South Africa, they were hosting the FIFA World Cup. We got to see the Ghanaians play the Australians. The final score was 1-1, but it was fun cheering with the Ghanaian fans. We also got to go play with the elephants, and we got to brush them, feed them, and take a walk with them.
My personal story. This summer I went on the best trip ever to Montana. Me and my sisters, my grandma and my grandpa drove there in a motorhome, but it was my first time ever driving in one. Along the way we saw many cool things. In North Dakota we went to a dinosaur site and got to see how they make replicas of the bones from the fossils. In Montana I learned a lot about the Battle of the Little Bighorn. We saw 2 reenactments of the battle, and we went to the actual site, Custer's Last Stand Hill.
Mexico. I've been to Mexico about 2 to 4 times. I think that Mexico is my favorite vacation spot. When we were at Mexico, we spent most of the time on the beach. When I was in Mexico, it was a very small area with not a lot of people in the town. We have stayed in many places, but 2 of my favorite places are Playa del Carmen and Cozumel.
I miss you so much. You've been there for me since the start. I've been through so much and wish you didn't pass on in your life. How is it up in heaven? Do you ever see Grandma B and Barbie? I've gone through so much losing you, and just in general. I found out not too long ago that I have OSD. OSD stands for Osgood-Schlatter disease. So the ligament in my knees are ripping away from my leg bone. If it gets any worse, the ligament will fully rip away, and I'll have to get surgery. There are ways to prevent it from getting worse. The doctor tells me to stretch and take it easy and ice them after activity. I'm doing all of these things, so hopefully it won't get worse. I really hope you were there for me now, and I want to have you back to hold again. You're my best friend, and I will always be. I love you to the moon and back. Please look down on me and give me hope so I don't have to get surgery.
The reason that I chose to write about was my puppy Palmer. He was a mystery puppy from the start. When my mom first met him, she saw him at Petco. He was very skinny, and he was from a shelter all the way in Tennessee. It's kind of hard to explain, but there's this condition called, I can't remember if it's a liver, or I think it's a liver slip, but it's basically where the blood can't flow directly through the liver, and that means that he can't really eat. The thing was, the Fosters didn't think he was sick, but he was. He only lived to 5 months.
In 2012, we had to put our first dog, Savannah, down. It was very sad because she had been my first dog before we moved. 5 months after we had settled in, we decided to look for a new dog. A month later, my dad brought home a tiny golden doodle puppy. Her name is Ruby because of her red coat. 2 weeks after bringing her home, she started to grow. As she grew, more and more of my family's socks would disappear, and we would always find them again on the floor, having come out either end.
Conquering Stage Fright. Poem. Take a breath, make a wish, and hope it will come true. If you only want it to, standing there, people stare. Telling myself I can do this, do I look like a fool? So much pressure, do it right, open up, let it out. I can sing, I can speak. I try hard and it gets better. I want to prove I can be the best. One of these days I'll be perfect, shown how much I'm worth it.
I'm colorblind, so I get mixed up with a lot of colors. Like in art, when we do projects that involve colors, I have to ask all the kids around me which colors are what. And even when they tell me, I still get some of them wrong. When colors are involved in any of my classes, I will get them wrong and I'll have to ask somebody. It is also really annoying when people ask what color is this and what color is that. What happens when you're colorblind? It is also called color deficiency, and it is when you cannot distinguish between certain colors. How you get colorblindness. Colorblindness condition results from an absence of a color-sensitive pigment in the cone cells of the retina. There are 3 different cones, red, green, and blue. When you are colorblind, you see different amounts of each color, and 10% of all men are colorblind. Top 4 things not to say to a colorblind person. What color is this and what color is that? Do you only see shades of gray? What colors do you see? And so you don't know what color this is.
Like background music or anything, so I got you.
Stop. She falls behind with her heart wide open, and she can't seem to find her way back home. She's living on the outside but can't feel it on the inside, just trying so hard to feel like she belongs. She acts like she is someone else, she tries so hard to be herself, but once it's done, she's done. And she's going and going and going and going and gone. Feel my love, feel it beating out. Feel it touch every one of you's pretty little delicate hearts. Hearts, hear me out, hear me scream and shout. We can make it through this, don't let go.
Poem that I wrote for my reasons for a writing project. Life is extraordinary. Life is momentous. Life is ending. Life is renewed and the cycle goes on. Earth is beautiful. Earth is forgiving. Earth is immortal, right? It's not our problem. Let the next generation deal with it. It's not like we'll be doomed within my lifetime. The earth is big. Pollution won't affect it. No. Life ends. All life ends. But Earth is the only haven for life. Earth, like all things good, must come to an end. We won't, and when that time comes, we won't have a lifeboat. But we can choose when it comes to pass. If we leave it alone, like all problems, it will become worse. And it will be over if we continue on this path. All over. It will be our fault, all our fault. There's still time. The time is now. I choose now. I say now to preserving the world. We can do this. We will save the planet because it's not just our fate. The fate of everything is on Earth is on our shoulders. The animals, the plants, the fish, even Earth's fate. We are the children. We are the future. We are. It's our time. Our turn. Our turn to make the choice. It's our time. Now is the time. We say now. You can do this. You need to do this because Earth needs us. The Earth wants our help. Make the choice. Make your difference. Set your phone down. Get out of your rut. Get out there and do something. Now. Be a hero. Help.